there's obviously the kind of risk side of AI and machine learning. There's also a side of it where citizens could be potentially empowered and can take on roles and jobs which they've traditionally given over to experts. So we can anticipate a lot of change occurring within the legal profession. Within the realm of marketing and advertising, one of the key areas you're likely to see is AI posters, so artificial intelligence posters. So what that means is that, if you are going on the tube or at the station or whatever, posters will be able to sense your presence. They'll also be able to body track you, and they'll be able to respond to your reactions. So they will be able to adjust copy and images to you based on the perception of who you are and how you react. So you can have, in a sense, kind of machine surveillance of who you are. So the kind of it really seems to spell the death of the kind of static poster or the single creative idea. We'll see the emergence of these kind of interactive AI-driven advertising campaigns that will change, in real time in response to who you are, what your gender is, how you're thinking, and how you're feeling. Finance. I know there are people here from the Coots here. I know there are other people here from the financial services industry. There's a lot of AI machine learning change being introduced into financial services. One of the key areas really is that there's a lot of data that is shared and generated within the financial services industry, and a lot of this is unstructured, a lot of it is not properly organised, and a lot of it isn't really intelligently used, and there's a lot of valuable information and insights locked into this data. AI and machine learning promises to use data to identify strange patterns. So people are predicting that you'll be able to identify insider trading or money laundering much faster, because AI and machine learning programs will be able to detect disruptions in patterns which are not normal. In the world of retail, AI is already being used to look at customer emails. So, rather than teams of people having to pore over emails and try and make sense of them, there are developments going on where AI and machine learning are actually trying to understand the meaning and sentiment of a customer email. And they're actually then capturing key data, which is then passed on to CRM systems. And obviously they can work much faster than, more efficiently than a human being could. And then the other area, which you've all probably experienced in some shape or form, is automated customer service. So the end of people talking to you. What we'll start to see more of is human-like text conversations emerging, which are being driven by AI and machine learning. So increasingly, you're likely to be talking to a machine rather than a human being in order to get inquiries dealt with and issues dealt with. NHS, healthcare. I think this is really interesting because there's some really positive developments going on in AI and machine learning in the realm of health. For instance, there are apps emerging which can actually record people taking medication. Apparently it's a big issue that people have a particular illness or disease, they're prescribed medicine and they don't take it. They don't take it when they're meant to take it, or they say they have taken it and they haven't. And there are apps that are emerging which use facial recognition, so they can't be tricked, so they can actually track that the correct person is actually completing the medication program, which in certain circumstances could be extremely important, or it could be really valuable for someone who is forgetful, and someone who might have said that they thought they had, and in fact using the app they're able to track in fact that they haven't, and perhaps they need to continue the dosage or carry it on. The other sort of well-known healthcare development is with IBM Watson, and with the Digital and Social Media Leadership Forum. IBM is actually a member of the Digital and Social Media Leadership Forum, and we've done various meetings with the IBM Watson team, and they've been involved in some of our other meetings. But they're working with children's hospitals to identify options for treatments of rare diseases. And I think this is an area where AI and machine learning can make an incredible difference to the health of children. So what they're able to do is that they can actually interpret a child's genome sequencing data, and then what they can do is that they can take that genome sequencing data and they can automatically compare it with medical literature, and then they can quickly identify issues that need to be dealt with. So I think AI and machine learning can be very positive in certain contexts and can actually be of huge assistance to human beings. So within the medical context there, you could see that the doctors might not understand why a child has a particular reaction, whereas if they use the support of AI and machine learning, they can detect disruptions in patterns that can be then run across medical literature, and then they can immediately be alerted to what the issue is far faster than they would have been able to do using more traditional approaches. And so that's just a quick summary of what's happening in potentially in healthcare, retail, law, and marketing and finance. So I think, you know, when you look at it overall, there's obviously negatives. Also, at the same time, there are some very positive, encouraging developments which could have a huge beneficial impact on society.
Thanks, Justin. And so we're going to try and add to that trailer a couple of very practical perspectives. So we're going to get our first guest up. And just to remind you, this is a conversation. So just raise your hand at any time. We'll come to you and feed in your reactions and questions.